Game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Go next, going up against Team Russia, Division S, another best of 5, and we are on Volskaya Foundry. Kelvin on Liming, we have Taluf on Urel, Turanda, played by Skynox, Wit on Johanna, and Savas on Junkrat. The Russians on the right side of the map with Stork actually on his Inuburak again, Kolya Martian on his Malfurion, with Banabi on Tracer, Shamzik on Blaze, and Farlander on Jaina. Honestly, for most of the players on the Russian team, it actually looks like it was pretty much of a buffet where they could take whatever they wanted. So with that said, we're now going into our first game here. Also, quick info for everybody that's currently wondering, hey, wait a second, where exactly is the draft? Well, there were 2 games that were played, unfortunately, at the same time. It was the only time slot that the teams could commit to during that week, which means that we missed out casting one of the matches live. But at the same time, I still had the opportunity to cast the replays, and especially for the peeps over there on YouTube, I wanted to make sure that you guys don't miss out on anything in regards to Division S. So that's what we're going to take a closer look at right now. And obviously, as usual, if you're currently watching this on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, would be very much appreciated if you would do that too. Definitely helps a lot to promote the channel, to also show me that you guys are still interested in the Heroes of the Storm content. So definitely take a look at that. With that said, we have already a 1-1 kill there in the first game of our best of 5 series. Having the objectives, or at least the items now spawning on the map too. Now when we're looking at the setup, Team Russia is obviously the team that is the favorite for this, but if you watched a lot of the live streams recently or the videos on YouTube, you actually know that Go Next is starting to look stronger and stronger and stronger every single time that we cast these guys. And they are pretty amazing when it comes to improvements, when it comes to coordination. You can definitely still tell that it is an underdog team that is now starting to just get a foothold in Division S, but their efforts to become better and to really threaten also the top of the standings is pretty impressive. I mean, so far the Russians, with the aggression that we know from them, they are the ones that you would expect to do well here, and they're already making the play for the beacon at the top. Both of the teams actually do. Here comes the stun out once again. Wit, nicely done here so far on his Johanna. They're still playing for the healing beacon. Are they going to get it? Yep, they indeed do. And they might even get the kill. Barnabia is in trouble on Tracer, and that's the end of him. Nicely done. Goal next is with 1 kill in the lead, and they've taken the item too. So great start for them into this first one. Level 4 talent for Liming hasn't been taken yet, which is honestly a bit of a surprise. I mean, I would definitely expect dominance to be claimed here, but if he doesn't, then at least the force armor might be a nice touch. So far he hasn't made a commitment, but Kelvin now with dominance on level 4, so definitely going to try for that ping pong a little bit more. Gift of the Naru also taken. We actually see a lot of Urel, I don't want to call it experimenting in the last few days and weeks, but we're actually seeing a bit more variation in the builds on the side of Urel, which is definitely a good thing. So not quite that set down focus here in every single setup. I mean, especially when we're looking towards the level 1, the whole Vindication focus with the Light of Carbon and the level 16 synergy is something that pops up a lot more just recently. Objective now about to spawn here on the map, and obviously, as we said before, the item lead goes to the team in blue. Good damage against Banabia. Whew. Kelvin being attacked and immediately says, well, you know what, I got a little bit of damage too. Have a taste of this, my friend. And now we're having Banabia move away. Still the poke coming, as Stork is actually attacked on too. And you gotta admit, I mean, Gonex is playing well, considering, especially since that Team Russia is doing incredibly well with this combo in particular. I mean, this is a Russian death combo. Inuburak gets banned out against Team Russia in nearly every single game. Not only is Inuburak a very strong hero in the meta, but Stork is fantastic on the hero. And it's not only him. It's how the entire Russian team plays around Inuburak and the engages that he can set up that makes him so powerful here. Especially with Kolya Martian, also no Furion. And they're already trying to showcase exactly that. The bomb is ripping Liming apart. And here come the additional kills, or the attempt for it. And holy shit, they are murdering them. Team Russia with a quad kill as they are going in and showing Go Next who's boss. What a fight. Great damage output from Tracer alone, and then obviously as everybody clumped up, When the jet propulsion stuns come in, Farlander just murders them with the burst damage through the blizzard. Nicely done here. Now the fight isn't quite over yet, and both of the teams still have their level 7 talents in, but obviously this is now one of those moments where if you are Go Next, you kind of need to try and get a couple of kills in, because you're already far behind in experience. If you now also lose the Protector, and whew, the word is snowball. We might actually see an avalanche, but for now, they're actually just trying to hold the spot a bit longer. Stork is dancing around here. There's still that healing beacon for Wit that he has. The damage in the backline is significant on the other hand. Skynox is already low. There's the beacon. Kelvin in trouble. The bomb comes in, and Banabia goes straight for the next kill against Li Ming. Dropping her. Wit himself also in a lot of trouble. They're trying to make the play now for Skynox. Oh, and yeah, Tyrandas escapes. Close call still. And of course, the one thing that has happened in the meantime is that the Protector was taken by the Russian team. Them looking now straight into the middle to drop the wall, likely going to make the rotation towards the top again. Tracer already sitting at 17,000 damage here. Insane plays from Banabia, honestly. His Tracer was already quite powerful the entire time, but now he is just stepping it up to the next level with a plays this early on against Go Next. And in the middle, they're actually not making the rotation towards the top to attack the fountain, but instead they're going for the first fort here. And they're going to get it. They're going to get the fort, they're going to get the objective itself. They might still be able to make the rotation top to at least drop the wall. So far it doesn't look likely, but Kelvin is getting attacked here. In the top lane, we're still having Wit going up against Farlander, but with level 10 abilities now in. They're going to try and make the play regardless here. And holy shit! That's a quick kill against Johanna. No chance for Wit to escape from this one. Level 10 is really the issue. I mean, first of all, this was of course Protector play, but still, level 10 and having heroic abilities, that is such a massive lead right now. It's tough to play against this. Now the Russians have now also their Ring of Frost, with after a jet propulsion is just the absolute dream come true. But Go Next will soon claim level 10 as well. And let's see what we're gonna have over there. I mean, with level 10, they can still play for the fountain. It's one of the things that you can pull off when you're so far ahead. You don't even have to rotate with the Protector topside, because you can just simply say we're going to claim the fountain with our level 10 abilities. So that works as well. If you know you are so far ahead that level 10 is going to be the advantage that you'll have for that push, there's no problem with it at all. And now we're having another commitment towards the healing beacon here. And with that, we're obviously having level 10 versus 10 abilities, but especially that Ring of Frost is a problem. Yep, there comes the play. Ring of Frost doesn't hit anything. And that's the Riptire kill against Tracer. Nicely done by Go Next. Can they get more here? There's still the bunker on the ground. Toulouf gets a bit body blocked by it, but they make the play for Blaze, and he's there too. Double kill, resets, and they go for Malfurion. Kelvin wants the kill, and Urel steals it away. Nice last hit there. 3 heroes down, 4 down actually, and that gives us now not only the ticket back into the game for Go Next, but they also get the healing beacon. Nicely done. Back in 4th game. And this is actually pretty awesome. I mean, this is exactly what we talk about when we're talking about Go Next these days. And yeah, they're playing it well. Some great action here. And with that now, of course, the attempt to maybe even prep for the next objective a little bit quicker, since they are going to have level 13 talents. That is in the grade on Li Ming. Did also some work here. Against the Nubarak, you always want to use it to make sure that you burn down that cocoon as quickly as you can. But it is honestly pretty insane. It's 6 City what we're currently seeing from them here. Now, Ice Block is going to be a factor in the next fight. Why? I mean, it's pretty much certain at this point. And that means that for Farlander, he is going to have that additional sustain for sure, and can definitely Ice Block a couple of the abilities that come through here. 13 is ready for both though, and they can go for the Protector once that it gets announced there. Illusionists come in, here comes the synergy with the 13, the Aldor Peacekeeper. So he gets that in as well. Again, when we're looking towards the setup here, it's more of a support Urel so than anything else, especially of course around the level 4 talent, which really helps them with the sustain there too. Toulouf against 2 down at the bottom, but it's the 2 frontliners and no problem here. Banabia, oh, with a bit of a failed attempt to go for the blessed shield. Honestly, That was a pretty bad ult from Wit. Wit is usually someone who these days is playing incredibly well, and that was quite uncharacteristic. That was a nice kill though. Tyrande, the Ring of Frost. It's basically the question, do you walk into it and die, or do you just stand outside of it and allow your opponent to kill you manually? So that placement put him into a loss-loss situation right there. The kill against Tyrande, they're trying to get a little bit more. But thanks to the ult that has been thrown out by Urel, they are able to keep her alive for a little bit longer. So now, once again, you're having topside point actually taken. Again, the play down here at the bottom as we're having Tracer really attempt to see if she can maybe get another kill against the backline. But obviously now, 14 versus 14, we're going to have that fight topside one way or another. Another thing is that they have to also deal with the push that comes towards the fort so that they don't lose that right away. Looking at the damage output, 29,000 on Tracer at this point. 29,000. Farlander still sitting here. Wit is now starting to reclaim the position. And is going to attempt to make that play again for his team. The problem is that Taluf has to be a bit careful. 67 seconds on the cooldown for his heroic ability. It's definitely not the nicest. Plus shield is out though. They get a good connect with Johanna. They might be able to get a kill against the backline here. In comes the Cocoon. Taluf is getting attacked. Taluf is low. They burn the Cocoon down. There comes the stun. The second combo's in. And the bomb does not connect. Tracer missing the bomb here. And in comes the ult from Tyrande. Keeping them alive. They burn down the bunker. They're going again for Blaze. But they also have a trouble here on the side of Urel again. The kill attempt from Johanna. Locked down with the ring. Johanna down first. And they are about to take Urel apart too. Double kill against them. Triple kill, baby. And they're going for the quad. They're looking for the full team wipe, and Kelvin is going to bite the dust too. Kelvin goes down. It was important for Tracer to make sure that there was no kill against him, but now with level 16 against level 14, they can go for the keep right away. Team Russia absolutely dominating here in that last team fight and getting far, far ahead in this one. Right now, 13 kills against 6. They're starting to move in. Again, the northern exposure here taken for Jaina. This is an easy keep. I mean, it's honestly an easy keep at this point. I'm not going to make the play for the core just yet. Honestly, considering that it's the Russians, that might be the biggest surprise of it all, considering how they usually play this. But they now make the rotation into the middle and try and get a little bit more value there. Dropping another turret, taking the wave down, even the rotation down to the bottom. They have half a minute left on the Protector, 69% HP. Obviously, they're going to go for the fort. Even if they just take the fountain down, that alone is already absolutely worth it. Preparing for the next objective here. They're breaking through the wall, just making sure that they're not going to lose the two heroes that are in it. Can they get the damage in against the fountain itself? A little bit questionable at this point, but opening up the wall like that is going to allow them to make that play rather sooner than later. Still, Jaina's starting to move down, and Tracer's all the way up to the top. Blessed Shield is coming out again. Has already been used here, a bit of a problem. Ring of Fail doesn't do anything. But we have the engage against Zavas in the back. Gets the Riptire out, doesn't get too much value out of that. They're starting to chase the two down here, and I think both Li Ming and Tyrande are going to fall. Tyrande definitely will. Li Ming is likely to be dropped. But nah, they're not chasing her too hard here. Instead, they're going to make the play for the structures. Shamzik a little bit low, but able to get away. At least for the time being. Yeah, Urel trying to escape rather than trying to hunt him here. And Taluf is about to fall. Has the ult ready. And is trying to hold that for a bit longer, but he should not really be able to make it out there. No, not with all those stuns around. And that's the end of Urel. Oh, the ice block on Farlander, as he's actually afraid he might get killed. But exactly that ice block causes him to be completely caught in that corner and allows Junkrat and Li Ming to get the counter kill here. The fort has still fallen, and with 15 kills against 7, the lead for the Russians is absolutely incredible. There's obviously now an opportunity to get even more items from Team Russia as they're starting to move from one camp to another. Damage output, as we can see here, 45,000 now for Tracer. Absolutely uncontested here. 42,000 for Jaina, 3,000 behind, but you look over to the blue team. Nobody's even, not even close to this. So, with that said, it's all about the healing beacon at the top. The decision-making from Gonex here is absolutely impactful. I mean, you're looking at a situation where you're trying to force a fight before level 20. There is only the healing beacon topside. So you're just saying, guys, if you want to fight us here, that's fine. We need that fight, so please just do what you can. And yeah, if not, then we at least get an item out of it. And Team Russia, they are playing it smart right now. They're not going for the battle. They're just saying, okay, you can have the healing beacon. We're going to get 20. And then you are absolutely welcome to just go up against us whenever you want, but we are going to have that advantage one way or another. And they're already securing that advantage through pushes in the middle, pushes to the top. They're so close right now to the next talent, and obviously Go Next would love to fight before the Storm talents, but it's not going to happen. The level 16 talent, by the way, the Firefly is taken. A slight adjustment here. Again, the setup as Stork is already creating some space for the team, and they're still willing to fight this. They're trying to make the plays. 20 isn't there yet. Farlander is still sitting around saying like, okay, if we get a setup here from a flank, we might just go for it after all. Top lane is obviously pushing. That's another advantage that we now have for the Russians. And with that, we're even seeing Jaina moving top to see if she can maybe gather some more experience. Cocoon is out. Here's the 20, and they're immediately trying to force the fight. Yep, there's the Ring of Frost, and that's the kill. Riptire. Nope, not this time. And they're trying to get another kill in against Urel, maybe even against Widon's Johanna, who's already low. Kelvin is about to be dropped. Barnabier goes in, drops Liming. They're taking Urel just as she's hopping over the wall. And with 3 kills, make it 4. With 4 kills, we have them go for the core without even waiting for the objective. And why would they, to be honest with you? Right now, they're looking so powerful. The Russians are going to take the lead in this series. No doubt about that. That's the team wipe right there as Team Russia takes the 1-0 lead in the best of 5 against Go Next. Winning Volskaya Foundry and dropping their opponent with 20 kills against 7. GG, well played. Game number 2, everybody. The Russians in the lead at this point have taken the 1-0 with a great Volskaya game, but Go Next obviously eager to fight back. And they actually got Maiev, Kelvin or Maiev here for the team. On the left on Volskaya, on Tomb of Spider Queen, sorry, with the Pursuit of Vengeance going into an Umbral Bind build. Skynox playing Rhaegar with this time on Tyrael. We have Toulouse on Leoric and Sevas on Junkrat. Whereas on the right side of the map, again, a Nuburak played by Stork. We have Barnabier this time on Hanzo. Kolya, Marshall, Malfurion, the Nuburak and Malf build is just coming through. Shamzik again on Blaze. And Farlander this time on Chromie. The new Chromie, Blizzard keeps tinkering with Chromie the entire time here. And has increased the damage output a little bit. Already before, a lot of people said that Chromia at least felt from a play perspective a lot better, but just didn't put the numbers onto the board. Now Blizzard has tweaked the numbers again, and we're going to see if Chromia is finally going to get a bit of value here. And so far, it actually looks like they can at least start the poke. There's already good stacking, but Shamzik is incredibly low, and incredibly low means at this point, down dead. So yeah, he's already deaded, and Chromie gets the damage output right there. Doing fairly well, with the Dragon's Breath in particular. Now this is going to be a very interesting lineup, just simply because normally when you're looking at that lockdown with Malfurion and Nuburak, you're obviously looking towards a burst damage dealer. And most of the time that is a mage in the form of Liming, Jaina. But now we have Chromie being played, and that could just be enough to get those kills in quite quickly. So let's have a look at that. Down to the bottom of the map, they're making the 10-4 Barnabier. Yeah, there's the quick drag. I like it. But no kill. Go Next with the attempt, but they can't really make it happen. In comes the kill also against Leo. So Leo currently down. That's now a kill for a kill here. Oh, but at least a nice approach that we had from them. Now Chromie is still all the way up at the top. Yep, Farlander is currently sitting there, trying to put the damage out. Has of course the first Echo there already, and with his level 4 talent we now have time troubles taken too. So the armor reduction that we're getting here. Still a rotation towards the Siege Giant camp. This is actually something that should be sniffed out by Go Next. That's usually something that you are well aware of. Where you know, okay, I think this is going to happen. But at the same time, we're now having the move straight down to the bottom as all of the teams are trying to converge onto the Siege Giants for the reasons mentioned. You sniff it out, you try to fight for it. It's a 4 versus 4 though with... Ooh, is in trouble here. The stun connects with him, but he survives for now. Can he provide the shields again? Doesn't look like they're willing to fight over this any longer. The Siege Giants go over to Team Russia as they take it. Level 4 talents now on both sides. And that gives us, amongst other things, also Neil Peasants again for Leo. Chromie still playing a little game here, trying to get some extra stacks together. Is currently sitting on 8 stacks for the level 4. So wants to have the additional Echo active. But still has to work on that a little bit harder. Down on the bottom of the map, still the push with those Siege Giants. They are protecting them with everything they got here. 3 against 3 now, the setup. And the healing ward on the ground from Rhaegar as he's trying to keep the team alive for a bit longer. Starting to jump in here for this, up to the mid lane. Still a play, but especially when we're looking towards Tyrael, he's in a bit of trouble. Like, he gets poked a lot, and it has taken a solid amount of damage in the earlier push down here to the bottom of the map. But now the Siege Giants are helping them drop the first tower, nearly the second. There's 25 gems on the other hand turned in. Wait actually sees the Shamsi coming. Comes in, can get the shields out again, does exactly that. They attempt to go for the body blocks against Stark. 4 versus 4. Farlander comes in, makes it 5. Junket isn't here yet. And Chromie with the additional hit. Stun after stun comes in, and Leo falls once more. So far, Farlander, despite the fact that he pretty much had everybody in the choke point, has not connected additional hits with his baseline. Having now the Möbius loop also taken, so it's all about the cooldown reduction for him with the level 4 now. Servers has pushed the lanes out a little bit farther, and honestly that kind of helped them to, I want to say, catch up in experience a little bit. Just simply because they were able to push through the top lane slightly. They also have still all of those gems turned in. With 38's already delivered, they're starting to get closer and closer to secure their first turn in the game. But obviously you look over to their opponent and Farlander alone turns in 21 here, so gets really close to that. Fight at the bot lane nearly cost Spanabeer his life, but he survives just a bit longer. We have Serva still just bouncing those grenades over the entire time and trying of course to connect additional sandblasts here. Farlander is going to keep that poke up, secures the position here and is waiting for someone else to set it up for them. Not getting those hits through though. Level 7 talents are now in, which means that Chromie is also getting quite close to getting her own heroic ability. Red Web Weavers are coming in first. They complete the turn in, and they're going for the body blocks against Wit, and he is about to fall here. Wit is nearly down. Chromie is not able to connect the last blow though, but they're getting the kills against Hans on Malfurion. And look at that, go next. Wow, with a triple kill even, and they are destroying here. If Shamsik falls with the 20 gems that he currently has, that's a disaster for them. So not only do they lose 4 heroes, guys, it comes at the same time that the Web Weavers are on the map. This is the easiest defense that Go Next ever had against the first objective on Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is absolutely insane right now. Down goes the Web Weaver at the bot. I mean, seriously, could you have hope for a better scenario here? The only scenario that would be better is take them down before they get the turn in, so that they lose all of the gems. But as far as completed turn-in goes, this is the dream. The defense against the middle, against the top, and I mean, they don't have any gems left. They lost more than 25, so this is absolutely crazy good for them. And obviously, it also led to an advantage in experience, as they're sitting now on an entire level lead over their opponent. So nicely done. 5 kills against 2. Having at the bottom of the map again a commitment towards the Siege Giants as they're trying to get those. The level 10 ability for Chromie, the slowing sands. Gets it obviously a little bit earlier. And now the turn-in attempt here down towards the bottom of the map. Collier Martian already sitting there. Luke trying to push it out and control the area a little bit. Chromie, by the way, with 9 stacks now on the level 1, so definitely not getting the stacks together as Farlander's probably hoping. But still trying to defend here. I have to admit, I have a hard time just seeing Chromie with the Sandblast attacking minions and also mercenary camps. In my head, it's always like, what are you doing? It's like, seriously? But yeah, back then it was only for the bronze talents that it was being used, but now you actually see that like a regular thing. It feels so weird. I guess people that have started to play Chromie late or just joined Heroes of the Storm, for them it's totally normal, but for me, with the history that the hero has, it's honestly weird. Blizzard just killing memes. So with that now, we're having the massive invade here at the bottom, and that's all thanks to the heroic ability. Sanctification can be used here, and yeah, there it comes. Already the cage is out, but can they even get a kill? They're trying to fight here, but they can't get anything done, honestly. This is a little bit of a failed attempt from Go Next to get mad value out of their rogue abilities, and that hasn't really worked. Look at the stack increase that we see for Chromie now. She's all of a sudden sitting at 18. Definitely capitalizing on the situation that ensured there. Down to the bottom of the map, the pressure play coming through now too, and level 10 is soon going to be ready for the Russians as well. There's a tether against Stalk, and all of a sudden Nuburak is in trouble. In a lot of trouble at that. Yeah, tries to get the cocoon out to help himself after 10 drops, but that doesn't help him either. Nuburak is dead, gems are lost, and that is a massive push through the bot lane now, with maybe even a play for Barnaby himself. 6 kills against 2, and Go Next. Respect, respect. They're starting to pressure the Russians here in Division S. They get better every single week. But then again, the Russians are already in the lead in this best of 5 series. So let's not call it game just yet. There's the tether though, as Maiev making it into the game. She's getting put to some good use. And now Chromie is dead again. Chromie is down. 1 fort eliminated. Can they get a little bit more with that? That's still the question. But so far things are looking actually really, really good for Go Next. I mean, let's be honest. So still the attempt. They can turn in again, by the way. They have enough gems for another turn in right now. And that would be the second turn-in already to come through, and guess what? They're doing exactly that. All of them at the bottom turning in. And they're soon going to get level 13 too. Pushing with Web Weavers and a talent advantage. Whew! That would be great for them here. That's what they're trying to do. Trying to turn in again. It's Junkrat who made the rotation down to the bottom, but he's already being sniffed out a bit as Shamsik is trying to hold on to that point for as long as he possibly can. The fight over in the middle, on the other hand, still playing through, with also the spell aura still there. Definitely something to consider. And Service is moving on. Service is simply saying, listen, a little bit too hot down there. Let's not make the play for that just yet and wait a little bit longer. Gnome speed ahead. Standard level 13 talent by now for Chromie. Talent already, but we're also going to see those talents coming into play for Go Next in just a few seconds. They are so close to the next talent. Bot lane still getting pushed. Catapult is an issue. There's a little bit that Blaze could do about it, but now he actually has to realize that he needs to stay there a bit longer, and that means that they're still fighting a 5 versus 4. And Chromie gets attacked again. Needs to be careful there. Reptire, yeah, gets taken out. And Nuburak was the one who cocooned Junkrat out of it. And is even trying to get the stun and maybe a setup against him. But there's the cleanse. Nice. Good play by Skynox. Even them play there, and there's the 13. 13 is ready. Now they should be able to make the play. Earth Shield already taken. Sword of Justice once again. And 7 kills against 2. Is that the moment for the turn-in? Are they able to get the final 5? Wit with 4, Calvin with 1. Servas himself. Can he complete it? He's trying, just outside of the range, and that should be it. Yep. Not gonna happen. A little bit too late. Stalk tries, but Hanzo falls as the turn-in is in, and they are just looking fantastic here. They're even trying to make the play for Farlander right now. And the Entomb is perfect. Yep. Here comes the kill for Farlander, and Chromie is dead again. Their motto seems to be only that gnome is a good gnome. They take them down. That's now 9 kills against 2. Web Weavers are going to pressure the bot lane and therefore the keep, whereas the rest is homing in up to the top. It's actually starting to be crazy here, but let's not forget, it is the Russians. You can never count them out. This team is so incredibly strong when they're playing from behind. They always force fights around numeric disadvantages or even talent disadvantages when they feel that they have an opportunity for a quick kill. But right now, it's only one team is making the moves on the map, and that is Go Next. Shamsik is isolated, and he gets body blocked into oblivion. The arrow, actually not too bad, honestly. If Shamsik starts walking or continues walking towards the right, the arrow connects, but since he all of a sudden changed directions, the arrow obviously does absolutely nothing. So that was not really Barnabia's fault, to be absolutely fair here. That was just him anticipating a Blaze to walk into the same direction for a little bit longer, and it was a good thought behind it. Fort goes down at the top. 10 kills against 2 now. The Fort in the mid lane is going to fall to the grenades. Even Toulouse is moving in, and that's all of the forts eliminated. Every single one. We're still having a few gems ready for Go Next. They won't be able to turn in again. They don't have that amount just yet, but they're sitting at 49. And with all the kills that we've seen so far in the game, Team Russia, they have nothing. They have 32 gems. I mean, congratulations, but that's not going to be enough for even turn in number 2, whereas Go Next is already about to threaten turn in number 3. So it's really rough. Bot lane, Siege Giants are taken, and with 16 so close, Go Next will have another talent advantage if they just play the safe for a little bit longer. So there we have it again. Yeah, there's Stork getting zoned out as Servas turns in. That's 20 delivered by him. Taluf already waiting for another Entomb. You can really tell. Like, he's a little bit trigger happy here on the R. He really wants that Entomb now. But there's the fight. And they waited out, of course, until 16. Why wouldn't they? They have all the advantages in the game. There's no other way. So up in the middle. Obviously, we have that again. There's the 16. Yeah, and there we go again. Having Royal Focus, having the Ominous Ray. And with that, should actually be able to get another turn in. They have enough gems right now. There's no way the Russians are fighting this if they can avoid it, and they're willing to wait it out a bit longer. So there's where we were wave number 3 for Go Next as they try to make it through the lanes again. They're already straight up jumping into the middle here. Stork holding 19 at this point. Chromie has, of course, her next talent already. Shifting Sands. So a bit more power for her. 29 stacks for her, by the way. Damage output, 22,000. Chromie can't really win a contest with what Hanzo or even Maiev are currently bringing to the table. Taking this one down easy peasy. And now with the Bruiser camp already gone, there's just Web Weavers in every single lane. Pushing the bot lane, pushing the top, and Tomb actually missing here. Not hitting anything. They're trying to get the value right now. Only Leo died twice so far, and they are starting to push topside. Bot lane, that's where Blaze is headed, trying to defend in the middle of the map, and Nuburak is doing what he can. But at the top, that's where the real play is happening, as the keep is under assault. Go Next for the onslaught, straight up against that. Currently, we're having them just go easily through the top lane like hot butter through cheese. They're taking this one down. No chance to keep that thing in play. Bot lane, at least the defense was strong as Shamzik walks away with the 13 gems. So they're actually getting the gems together. I mean, they're sitting at 17 at this point, at 67. So they can get the turn in. If at any point they can make it towards the turn in spot, but they're still getting chased on the map a little bit. 10 against 2. And we're having once again the opportunity for a team. And there's a boss on the map. Let's not forget that we had a couple of insane boss throws already on Tomb of the Spider Queen. This is the OG throw pit. Tomb of the Spider Queen is the OG throw pit. And there is always a chance that you can just jump on that. Down to the bottom of the map, Taluf sitting there again, trying to delay. Stork has 30 right now. They want Stork. If they get the bug, then oh boy, that would be more or less the end of it. That's the ticket back into the game for them. And they know it too. Here comes the tether. Can they get the damage? Ah, they're trying. They're really trying. But not quite. Also, of course, the Entomb is still ready. I mean, heroics are all up. Chromie with the damage. 29 stacks on her. 16 on both sides. Chromie looking for the 20, obviously. Epicenter on 16 now for Stork too, so if they can get the engage. Gets his quest completed. Highly important. That's an additional 500 HP for him now too. That's pretty amazing. That's going to help him a lot. Against the Entomb again. Does not hit. Taluf is trying to make it in for the slows. They're focusing on Stork again a little bit. Stork gets actually trapped there for a moment. In they come. Taluf is low and Taluf goes down. Leo eliminated. The Riptire counter attempt for a kill. Oh, Farlander. Very close to falling, but Chromie actually still stays there. The Comeback Kings are trying to make the comeback happen again. Shamzik about to fall though. It needs to be careful. Oh, that's 20 gems. 20 gems eliminated again, but they still have enough for another turn in. The Ancestral. Oh, perfect. Just as the arrow comes in. Just as the arrow comes through, but now Leo is going to be back in just a few moments. We're having Blaze down, and they can push them back even further. And of course they are closing in on 20, slowly and steadily. They're also starting to get more gems for themselves. I mean, they're still 25 away from getting a 4th turn in, but they're close. They're getting better there for sure. So, down at the bottom of the map comes the move again. In the middle, Junkrat is still saying, like, guys, I can interrupt them. Drop a couple of grenades and we're going to be happy. Full Panatown down to the bottom. Okay, Siege Giants claimed again. And here in the middle, Vanabir is trying to get a bit of a turn in. But it's guarded. I mean, there is so much interrupt now. Especially Junkrat. I mean, the hero is called Red for a reason. And once again, just grenades everywhere. Taluf starting to also look for the angle. Has Buried Alive now. There's the 20s. That's the play. That's the moment. Are they going to make it here? They're trying to go in for it, and they're getting the big combo. Down go Hanzo and Malfurion. The perfect Buried Alive, just as we're seeing the tether connect from Kelvin, and he keeps them in the Entomb. Easy double kill for them. 13 kills against 3. And they are absolutely murdering this setup. Nicely done. The bot lane pressure against keep number 2 is already coming through. They're making the play for the boss up at the top, and they can even go for the completed turn in here if they really wanted to. They have the amount of gems that they need. But boss now taken. Top lane doesn't even have a keep anymore. So this is really solid what we're currently seeing from them. The Vengeance of Taken on level 20, by the way. And Rhaegar also with the rewind. But that's boss. Now they can just wait this out a little bit longer. In comes the Web Weavers, and I mean, I would lie if I would say that I think that the Russians have a chance here. This is insane. The pressure against the core is going to be absolutely incredible. You already don't have a top keep. Then you're looking at level 20 Storm Talent advantage. It's a 5 versus 5 on the map with the boss pushing in, plus Web Weavers. Yeah, good luck with that. So this is getting quite dangerous. Chromie not quite having the impact that the Russians were hoping for. 39,000 only. There's again, this time against Stark. They get the Buried Alive, but they don't get the kill just yet. The boss is already on the core. 13 against 3, and here comes the setup of Go Next as they are moving in, trying to burn that down. The core is already losing. The shields, the cocoon is out. The Stalk is trying to prevent the worst here. He's still holding 36 gems. They're getting the tether against Shamsik, and the Reptile Ancestral saving Tyrael, and Banabia misses the arrow again, gets punished for it immediately. Down he goes, and so it's true for the core as well. Sanctification on the ground as we have game number 2 taken by Go Next as they take the victory against Team Russia on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Towers of Boom. Go Next against Team Russia. On the left side, Kelvin on Li Ming. We're currently seeing Zavas on Hanzo, Wit on Garrosh, Taluf on Malthael, Skynox on Malfurion. And to the right side of the map, this time actually not on Nubarak. Apparently Go Next had enough of that. We're seeing Stark on Diablo, Barnaby on Reyna, Farlander on Falstad, Shamsik on Leoric, and Anna, played by Kolja Martian. Every single time I see that hero, von hinten wie von vorne, an NNA. A little bit of a throwback. That's how old? 20 years? 15 years? I can't even remember. It doesn't matter too much though. We're heading straight into our game. Game number 3. And we have the wingman build for Falstad. We also have Stalk in trouble just as it starts. Wit moves in and makes the play here again, or tries to. Taluf on his Malthael also threatened to go down, but able to survive. So as the two teams part ways in the mid lane, we're actually seeing quite a bit of aggression from both, but not a single kill so far. I mean, we have a global now on the map from Farlander, and that can actually be quite a bit of having a huge factor on this. The thing is that Farlander needs to be alive, right? Ooh, nice! Look at that, the Juke King right there. I mean, Farlander, if I've ever seen a dance mode where you could go for the dance or drop something, this is it. Farlander plays it cool, plays it collected, typical Russian fashion, and doesn't even go for a single spray, but that was just Juke City what we saw from them. Very, very well done here. Either way, with that said, we have also on the side of Stalk the spell shield. So slight adjustments that we see these days a bit more often against the mages. Also, of course, quite useful when you're going up against a hero like Malthael. Let's not forget about that. Farlander. They take the camp at the top. Farlander is currently sniffing that out too. Can't really do too much here. But we have the bottom camps committed to by both of the teams. And an attempt to interrupt or to invade after the Russians take their own camp. The Russians these times, they're a little bit tamer than the Russians of old. I gotta say that these guys are losing their bite a little bit. Did you see what they just did? Did you catch that? Did you pay attention? They went for their own camp before they went for the opponent's camp. It's not what we usually see from them. Usually it's the other way around. You go for the opponent's camp and then you take your own. So a clear indicator that the Russians are these days not as aggressive anymore as they were in the past. That's pretty much what's happening there. Nah, I'm just kidding, of course. But in comes again the nice flip here and stun the roots against Stalk. I'm gonna say that Skynox and Wit are actually working well together here. But they haven't gotten a kill for their efforts yet, but they are definitely pressuring here quite a bit. So with that said, we're now also seeing for the bird, the hammer gains. It's a little bit of a hybrid build at this point without the seasoned marksman. Ooh, and talking hybrid build. Toulouf goes down, top side. Malthael taken down. Farlander able to get the kill here. Pretty respectable, not too bad. Farlander is just boss moding it these days. It's honestly kind of crazy. And that he gets a kill against Malthael with false set, that's quite something. I mean, obviously you have a ranged hero going up against that, but still, like, damn son. Talking about damage and potential kills. Wit! Oh! Wit is, for me personally, one of the most improved players in the recent past. I mean, this guy is just doing so well on that front line right now. But again, the rest of the team also heavily improving. Nice attempt here to make sure that Banabir can't move through. That nearly worked out. Nearly helped them to get that second shrine or second altar at the bottom of the map. 2 versus 3 setup as we have at the top. Still the dance around, so it's going to probably end up in an even trade. But down here, that's a different story. And Ana? Yeah! No more Ana for you. Nice. Again, the flank from Wit. Nicely done. Really well done. First 4 shots fired, the quick exchange towards the right, and therefore with 2 versus 1 altars, we now have the lead for Go Next in game number 3. Well, Stalk still sitting there, waiting for Kelvin, waiting for the wall stun, doesn't get it yet. Try to go for Wit instead. In comes the Indomitable, trying to make the play for Leo, and Wit this time moving out just a little bit too far. So down goes Garrosh, there's the slows. Can they get a bit more? Doesn't really look like it's gonna happen. Instead, it could be Leo that falls here. But Ana is there. Kolya Marshall is back to business. Oh, Toulouf! Yeah, he falls, and Kelvin isn't look too pretty either. Down they go. Both of them dead. 4 kills against 1, and they're even trying to make the play for Skynox. And with the boomerang, we are seeing Force just destroy Malfurion. Well played here. Great setup from Farlander again. The rest of the team also, of course, having a heavy impact on this one. But yeah, they get the kills. 5 kills against 1. And really starting to get the lead on the map. They're behind when it comes to points on the core, but oh boy are they currently murdering this. Let's have a damage look at Force in particular. 11,000. It's not often that you actually see a Force that with more damage than Jimmy. But the setup, of course, mattered. Well, setup, they're setting up another potential kill against Wit. Can't go too deep here. I mean, you don't want to be thrown over the wall as long as that still exists. Single altar onto the map now. And that is likely going to give us an upper hand for the Russians again, especially since they're obviously looking now at level 10 abilities in just a moment. Also, Dibbles, just 2 stacks away from hitting the 100. And there he has it. Everybody rotating back down. The bird still up at the top, trying to catch as much of the experience here as he can. And with that, he still has the fly available to move back down. But if he pushes another lane or 2 out, they're actually going to have level 10. And then the bird doesn't even have to fly down, because the only thing that's going to happen is them going to get wrecked at the bot lane. Blue team would move away for sure then. So he gets as much as he can down here. Let's see how we're going to play this. Leo is the one who's trying to move into the middle for the experience over here, and Falset is still pushing the wall. But the altar gets channeled, the Russians let it go, and that means they're down to 28% or 28 points on the core against 36. Pretty clutch, actually. I mean, there's level 10 now in the hands of Team Russia. If they could have just delayed it for another 5 seconds, they would have definitely been able to take this. Eye of Horus now from Kolya Martian on his Ana. Outside of that, pretty much the ults that you would expect here. Entomb, Apocalypse, could be used for the combo. With a Mighty Gust, there's also the chance to just gust the opponent into a corner and try and just Apocalypse after that. Obviously now also still Farlander moving around here. A little bit of an anchor play by Wit against Shamsing, the 2 of them in a little bit of a staring contest there for just a moment. And we have again at the bottom of the map the push play from Team Russia. They have a massive lead in experience, it's just it didn't translate into bell towers just yet. So they couldn't claim bell towers. They have a bit of a problem with the altar capturing here too. They're a bit behind, it's not too much, but it's still a difference in of a few points. Wit, on the other hand, in trouble, has at least one setup, but in comes the Apocalypse. trying to make the play there. The Gust as they're trying to push them out. Synergy is not quite perfect here for them. Keep the last rites in mind that we actually do not have in this game, because instead we're having the Tormented Souls. Who needs last rites? Tormented Souls, baby. That's what we're talking about here. Okay. That's definitely... I've been waiting for this talent for quite some time to make a bit of a comeback, and now we're having it chosen here by Go Next. Curious to see if it's really going to have the effect. Last Rites is a great tool, especially if you're able to throw someone in or get a stun through with Hanzo and then Li Ming's follow-up. To just confirm a kill, it's fantastic. The question just is, can you get that set up? But now Tormented Souls here. Let's see and have a look if that actually works out for them. I mean, it is going to be a little bit... It could be a little bit tricky. Especially depending on the setup with Sleep Dart here too. Oh, the kill against Leo, and here comes Malthael. Yeah, and he gets some value out of this. But the Louvre is low. Oh, and gets taken out after all. Nice attempt there, but maybe a little bit too deep. Kelvin! Oh, nearly the kill against Jimmy, but then he gets murdered by Stork, who just pushes him out. Kolya Marshall with the Eye of Horus the entire time after Malthael and Li Ming for the counter kill against Jimmy is at least there, but still an advantageous situation for the Russians as they're going in once again. Falender's only trying to get another boomerang out, but they're already making the play for Hanzo, and he is dead. There comes the Entomb against Malfurion himself, and they're still following it up with an altar now claimed through Falender. With the birds the word, as we have another 4 shots fired, this time towards the left side. 28 against 32 points, up to the top side. Experience lost, and the bottom of the map still gets pressured. Yeah, they're going straight in here for the pressure plays. And 13 is now ready for them too, which gives us first of all the Flow Rider for the recharge just a little bit quicker. Obviously they're stealing the camps away wherever they can right now, but the global action gives them the lead once again. Great play at this point. Starting to move in here with Farlander through the middle, and that's actually something where nobody rotates in. This is a huge amount of experience lost right now. Huge amount of experience lost. And Taluf gets attacked as we're having the play towards the bottom of the map. But yeah, the XP lost in the middle, well, huge chunk because Taluf gets attacked here the entire time. He couldn't make it down there as quickly as he really wants to. Now the bird is also losing some experience up at the top side, but is at least going to be able to catch most of it. And bottom of the map, another camp claimed, still the 13 talent advantage, but from an experience perspective, pretty far ahead. Here comes the Entomb as they're trying to set that up. But yeah, there we have that. So, a bit dicey. Okay, here comes again the Ominous Wrath. As they're trying to make sure that Shamsik is not getting it to get dropped here. And Falset is still at the bot lane. At the top lane has the Wingman, can take this out too. Malthael starts to rotate top, but that's a double altar right now. Alright. Even talents. And Farlander is still sitting this one out. Fully gonna get the damage through. Yes, hits Malthael in the process as well. Down to the bottom of the map, which is obviously looking for a flank and a setup, but instead we're actually seeing the plays from Stork. Stork is trying to set the kill up for them. Eye of Horus is also being used. Top lane, already heavy damage against the bell tower itself. And camp after camp gets pushed out, or wave after wave, by Team Russia. The boomerang play is there, and here comes the Apocalypse play, but down goes Leo. Can't quite get the kill against Garrosh here, even with the wall stun. The Indomitable was still ready, and he used it. Now we have Falset flying down to buy the time for Leo to come back and still fight for the double altar here. And here comes the quick wall stun. Farlander still keeping himself in a really good position. But Malthael is now rotating in too. Leo has to be a bit careful. Skynox already with the channel down here. That's one altar chosen. And that's 32 points against 24 now. Here comes the play against Taluf. Malthael in trouble. Malthael needs to be really careful here. And the same is also true for Leo, who nearly falls again. Yeah, and actually he does fall again. 5 kills against 9 as we have Jimmy take down Li Ming. And everybody's low on their end. And they go for the bird. Ooh, the taunt! And again the heals from Ana. The kill against Hanzo. As we have Stork moving straight into the back. He's looking for the next kills, trying to find the connect. But they are able to get at least one altar here. 10 kills against 5. 15.5 against 15 at this point. Still half a level ahead. Another 4 shots fired. The pressure is so far starting to amount to quite a bit of trouble at the top lane in particular, where the bell tower is already down to half HP, but also at the bottom of the map, where the lane is pretty much open. So they can do a lot with this, but it's still a fairly even game. I mean, there's a lead in experience for Team Russia, but they are slightly behind when it comes to core points. Jimmy with 37,000 damage has now started to overtake Falstad too. We're still seeing 37k for Lim Ning. And the pressure down to the bottom. Again, they have a couple of pumpkins. One makes it through. The rest of the team is defending now though, so they can't push in too aggressively. 16 talents are also ready, which makes things at the top lane even worse for Taloof. Yeah, Taloof is actually likely to fall here again. And that's the kill. Farlander with another solo kill. Has by now the airy gusts here, and he is going to pressure this top lane out now. He's very likely to get the bell tower if there's no rotation. And Kelvin knows that too. He's making that rotation. Gets already pinged, so everybody is well aware of that. Falstad is sitting up at the top, could also take the camp now, and that's exactly what he does. Has the wingman there, which of course increases also a bit of the damage output. But there we have it. Bot lane heavily committed to. 16 talents on both sides by now, but still, there's another triple pumpkin that moves into this. And Genai's Wit throws one out, but not for too much. Ooh, the kill against the bird at the top from Kelvin. Nicely played by him. That saves them, honestly, the bell tower for now. I mean, the bell towers are actually starting to get really, really low here. But I gotta give it to Go Next. They defend nicely. At least for now. There's the taunt as they're making the play for Wit again. Yeah, Ioforos is there. In comes the Tormented Souls, and that is a 4 versus 4. The combo against Malfurion, and Wit with a save. Wit saving Malf. In comes the play with Leo, but he dies again for the team. Kelvin gets the kill, but he gets dropped too, and that's a 2-for-1. 4 versus 2 on the map right now. Leo, of course, going to be back a bit quicker, but this is a triple altar. Go Next is honestly just absolutely crushing it these days. They're trying to go for the triple altar here. They channeled the first one, they're about to channel the second one. Guys, they're honestly dropping Team Russia now down to nearly single digits. I mean, we're not quite there yet, but with a triple channel here on the left side, it's likely to happen, unless Team Russia makes a miraculous play for the third altar on the map. And if you look at the minimap, that doesn't really, it doesn't get reflected by the position on the minimap. I mean, both of the bell towers, top side, bot side, are so low right now. Yeah, they're going to go for the interrupt again. 1, 2, trying to make that play. This is a dicey position to fight in. Oh, but not if they get the kill. Wit. Ooh, and he gets out. And there's still Zavas with the damage too. Taloof has to be careful though. One slow and that's it. And there's the Entomb. And Ana with a high Eye of Horus value from the side. Reset for Li Ming. Mighty Gust being used. Zavas 13 points and gets saved by Wit again. But the channel is happening, and that is the Russians claiming at least one of the 3 altars. Close call, but they're able to keep themselves in play here, and they're even making the play for the boss itself right now. They have Leo, and he's of course going to be back a little bit quicker. He's even ghosting around, trying to provide the vision now so that they know exactly where to make the play. So with this, they get the boss, and that means another 4 shots fired, and all of a sudden it's nearly even again. In experience, they're still half a level ahead. That hasn't really changed. 20 against 16. Bottom of the map, a little bit more pressure that we're seeing through. Up to the top, Farlander kind of wants to have a revenge battle in the 1 versus 1 that he earlier lost against Kelvin. He wants that bell tower. Stork is even moving in. Not respecting the 1 versus 1 at all. Stork waiting in the shadows a little bit, trying to get the angle. Kelvin sees it. There's Taloof though, and Stork just abandoned ship at least for now. Bot lane. Jimmy taking care of the situation. Ana still keeping Leo in play. 13 kills against 9. Still the play towards the top. Trying to get some damage in. Obviously, those 3 would take this one down. For the 2-man defense. Nice boomerang damage coming in from Farlander again. Rotation towards the bottom of the map. They're already going for Skynox. And there's the kill attempt. And Stork is able to take him down. The bird comes in, gusts them out, kills Hanzo. Farlander is absolutely murdering them. Great play from Diablo with a kill against Malfurion. And then obviously Falstad with a great... first of all the gust and then the kill against Hanzo. I mean, both of them were pretty much spot on. There comes the quick kill against the bell tower at the bot lane, just in time for the double altar towards the top. And now we're talking also about 10 points, and 5 of the bell towers have been claimed. Great setup for them. And they can commit now to the top bell tower too to get even more pressure in. And let's not forget that we're actually seeing level 20 now. Epic Mount has been taken. So with level 20 abilities, we're also having the Dead Eye now taken on the side of Ana. Buried Alive, another big tool. And talking buried alive, guess who's getting buried alive right now? Okay, so they're gonna get Taluf after all, but him getting pushed out by this, not quite what they were going for. Bit of a weird interaction that we saw there for a second. That gave Malthael for just one moment enough hope that he could survive, but then the rest of the team just said, nope, you're not gonna get away from this one. And this is gonna be the barrage, guys. Probably not going to be game ending, but yep, that's the barrage starting, and it's all about the defense now. 10 points on the core. Barrage starting any second. First shot already fired, puts it down to 9. Here comes the rotation towards the ball to try and deal with it. Another shot fired. We're looking at 8. Here comes the bird with the fly in. Farlander actually murders himself for this opportunity, and they're getting the kills in. The shots still keep coming. 7 points on the core. Another one fired any second. That's 6. There's the Apocalypse. Down go Liming, Malfurion, and Garrosh, and that could be it. That should be it. That will be it. Servus is about to get dropped. 2. Hanzo is dead, and shot after shot gets fired. There is an entire wipe on the map. Now they're just dancing in the dead zone. We have another shot fired in as the core is already down to 3. Malthael comes back. He won't be able to do anything about it. Another shot comes in. We're down to 2-1, and this is game, ladies and gentlemen, as Team Russia takes a 2-1 lead in the best of 5 against Go Next here on Towers of Doom. Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going into the next match between Go Next and Team Russia. Now the Russians are in the lead, but Go Next at this point, they still were able to put 1 point onto the board. And the big question is, of course, can Team Russia take the victory right now? Or is Go Next able to win another one? It's honestly pretty impressive considering how Go Next is currently playing in general. They had struggled so much to even win a map until recently. Then they are able to do quite well against nothing left. Now they're playing against Team Russia, so you could say the hits keep coming, right? They're playing against one top team and then straight up against another one. But in this case now they were at least already able to win one map. And we're gonna find out if they can force map number 5. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look at this one. Anubura gets banned out, Tyrande gets banned out. Stork is just never playing as Anubura. And we also have Maiev taken away, since in this case, obviously, the first pick, first ban goes over to Go Next. But since it is Infernal Shrines, we can definitely expect an aggressive play, especially from the Russians. I mean, for the Russians, it doesn't matter which map you play. It is going to be aggressive. So yeah, let's see what the next ban is, and then let's have a look at this one. That Junkrat gets banned out. Alright. They banned Junkrat out. I mean, great hero on the map, but you rarely see a ban against him. Doesn't really happen too often. So now, with Go Next, what's the first pick? What are we gonna see as the first pick for them? I mean, it is Infernal Shrines. You can still play a Hanzo. Hanzo's a great hero on the first pick. Diablo, Ana, of course. Alright. With Tyrande banned out, they're playing it safe on Ana. I would assume that we're going to see Kolya Martian again on his Malfurion, or are they starting to swap a little bit more heavily, even on this map now, into Rhaegar. That could also be happening. Okay. Definitely a little bit hesitant right now. There's Dibbles. Wow. And Hanzo. Okay. Again, the potential. Arrow into Apocalypse. Stalk on Diablo this time. And with Go Next going into that 2-3, what is Ana going to be combined with? Normally, you would see her a lot with, obviously, Liming, but Liming on this map, not really the prime hero to go for. So Jaina is still open and would also benefit highly from that nano boost. But again, Gul'dan in the past was a good hero here. But yeah, it's Jaina. They go a bit typical. They have Wit on Tyrael for the front line again, trying to zone that completely out. So that's already a great one. But yeah, now we have Jaina Tyrael, Ana on their side. The shield, obviously, to the addition of the heal that comes from Ana already. And let's have a look over to the bans. What is Team Russia gonna get rid of now? Offlaner. Yeah, it's actually interesting. I could have totally seen them go for the hero, but nope. No Diablo for them with the no Leoric for them with the Diablo setup that they have right now. Instead, they ban him out. Zeratul gets banned too. No setup with a Void Prison into a Hanzo Arrow into the Apocalypse. None in this game. But Team Russia on the damage side. We're gonna see Jimmy again, for example. That's another one that I would definitely could see here. On the off lane, you have Urel, you have Blaze, there's Malfurion, there's Tracer, Banana again, Mr. Banana Beer himself on Tracer, and with the Malfurion combo too. So he's getting this one as well. And the last two picks for Go Next. I would honestly not mind to see Blaze again. I love the Blaze Tyrael combo, I can't help it. It's a great one. We still have Arthurs out there who would be great too. Oh, Hammer time. Alright, we have Hammer in the game and there's Blaze. Hammer and Blaze, both taken. Tyrael on top of it and Ana. Oh, that could be rough for Russia. Guys, this could be game 5. This could be game 5. Team Russia, Banabia is going to be under pressure. Yeah, those auto attacks are going to hit him hard. And now what are we going to get from Shamzik? What's the last pick? Ah, Malthael. Ladies and gentlemen, Infernal Shrines, map number 4 between Team Russia and Go Next. Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to shine. We're heading into Go Next versus Team Russia. On the left side, Go Next, currently playing with, well, Kelvin on Jaina, Servas on Sergeant Hammer. We're currently also seeing Toulouse on Blaze, Skynox on Ana, and Wit is playing Tyrael. On the right side of the map, we're having Stog on Diablo, Barnabia on Tracer, Collier Martian on Malfurion, Farland on Hanzo, and Shamzik is playing Malthael. I'm actually pretty hyped for this one. This fourth game could be leading us into a 5 versus 5 into game 5 out of 5 possible games. I'm honestly pretty impressed by this, because right now I'm interested to see how Ana plays. I mean, look at this setup. First of all, you are playing against Hammer, you're playing against Jaina. You have a lot of defensive tools for them and also staggered defenses that you have there. And yeah, it's actually pretty fantastic what the setup of Go Next is, and then you field Banabia's Tracer against that, and you're already in a situation where you know from the get-go, okay, this is not going to be easy for Tracer. But he has shown some amazing plays on that hero, so if they can somehow get a lockdown on Servas, they have a chance of getting those kills in and taking this game and taking it completely. Alright, so Wit and Kelvin currently sitting there. We're having up at the top of the map. Toulouse still doing his 1 versus 1. Malthael is going to be highly important here for the last rights later on as well. That's going to be a pretty important setup for them if they can confirm any kill with the Tracer Bomb and the last rights. It would definitely help them to get those cooldowns reduced, and once that you have a good cooldown reduction on Malthael, you have the combo up and available quite a lot. So with this now said, we're having again just small rotations here at the beginning. It's nothing too crazy just yet. Both the teams are just like dancing around each other a little bit, seeing if they have maybe an opportunity somewhere, but it's not really too much of a commitment or forcing anything. Servas, on the other hand, wow, actually goes down. Oh, I was just about to say, nearly gets target, or nearly has a tough time getting out of this one, and then the last hit comes in from Farland, and that's the end of Hammer. That's a great start from Team Russia. It gives them an easy access to the bottom camp, and so they get this one too, but this was a really good hit there. Nicely done. It was actually Hammer just escaping. Hammer was gone, and then, well, Hanzo says, no, I'm gonna have none of that. I'm gonna drop you right away. You're not gonna get out of this one. Farlander with the big boy plays. He has the big boy pants right now. And we're still seeing the pressure at the bottom. Again, against Hammer, what are you gonna get out of this camp? Not really too much. You get a bit of damage against the wall, but once that Servas is back to business and is sieging up there, he has the defense ready. But still, this is still pretty awesome. So with this, we're actually having, yeah, level 6 nearly claimed by the team in red. So it's going to be great for them here, having maybe even the early level 7 talent as they head into the shrine. Level 6 talent doesn't really give you too much, but if you have a small lead already heading into level 6, it's likely that you can transfer that towards level 7, and as that is likely to pop in as we have the shrine fight happening, we have a good chance of having a small advantage there as you're going straight into this. Okay. With this, we are having actually the move straight into the shrine from the side of Go Next, and as long as they can siege up with servers, it would be great. Level 7 for them, by the way, would be the dream, because they get the hovering siege mode. So that's something. At the same time, we're once again having also the early talent for Russia about to drop in. As I said before, this is the big advantage they have through that kill and those little advantages that added up at the beginning. They have to, of course, to keep Khaldor alive, and that's not going to be easy with everybody jumping onto the throat of Hanzo. Everybody hates Hanzo. And that's also true for Jaina, who delivers the final blow in this case. And all of this happens just before level 7 is ready. So yeah, with this, we're having now both of the teams in a few seconds on that talent, but the problem is that Hanzo is still missing. They're trying to get the kill against Taluf on the other hand. Nearly get it. But it's still the fight over the shrine itself. And there's now 18 against 22 stacks. We have once more Hanzo moving in too. Starting to go straight up to the top. And try and contribute a little bit. Level 7 is still not there, by the way, for Go Next. It finally drops. I expected that a lot sooner, and this is still Punisher number 1 for Team Russia. They claim it after all. We're having on top of that also the touch of death now taken. Alright, trying to go for the healing reduction here. With Ana always claiming in. Sieging into Hammer is obviously going to be a bit difficult, but if you can at least claim the wall, I don't want to call it a victory, but it's at least what you are expected to do in terms of damage. And they're actually getting a lot more than that. Even with the 4-man defense, they are able to push this out quite nicely. They stayed maybe a little bit long, but this was a 3 versus 4 plus Punisher. And now we're having them with damage against the fort itself. In comes, by the way, Fal and Hanzo to help out too. And they're getting a bit more damage in. Vanabia is just jumping in, jumping out the entire time. Malthael, in the meantime, rotates between the lanes to get the experience. But this is pretty solid. It's actually a really nice setup there. Again, the push against Wit. Wit is, for me personally, one of the players that I'm probably amazed by the most. I really think that his frontline play is very solid. I honestly like it quite a lot. The first few times I saw him play, I was just like, holy shit, that guy is just inting the entire time. Or trying to int, I should say. Because he's oftentimes quite far out. And maybe sometimes he goes a little bit too far. But considering that he's one of the players that hasn't played in HGC, I find his impact as a tank quite impressive. Since he's always just going as far as he can. The support is just behind him, keeping him alive, and he's really creating a ton of space for his team. And he has definitely made an impressive improvement over the past few weeks in the role that he plays here. And that goes for a lot of the players that have made it into Division S that were not former HGC pros. They really improved a lot and rose to the challenge of playing against those guys. But as we are seeing right now, the early level 10 is still in the hands of Team Russia. So despite the fact that Go Next is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, they're still not really on the same level here necessarily. Big arrow, big apocalypse, big last rites, and a fight without level 10. But they get Tracer. So it's a 2-for-1. They lose the camp too, but still, could have been worse for them. And Team Russia is obviously one of the teams that is currently at the top of the standings here, so that is another big issue for Go Next. They faced a lot of against the so-called easier opponents at the beginning of the season, but they're definitely showing improvement, and that's all that you can ask for here. So it's going to be tough for whoever wants to challenge them, reconnecting or re-qualifying for Division S to challenge them there. With that said, we're having now level 10 abilities in on both sides, finally. Obviously, they're starting to go for a few more attempted kills in the middle, with Stork having his stacks completed, his soul stacks completed. One stack on Malthael is already early on a bit of an issue. Now again, the more of these stacks you get in, the more combos you can play with on Malthael. So if he gets his 4 or 5 stacks together, that would be great for them. But we're still far away from that. It's 2 kills against 3. Still the 1 level lead for Team Russia, which would allow them to go into the early level 13. And from their perspective, hopefully get access to that talent as the fight for the next Punisher is still ongoing. And it could definitely happen if they are starting to zone someone onto the lanes, but it's more likely that we're going to have that even talent fight between the two now. Especially with the hovering siege mode, we're seeing Zavas, of course, moving his way a little bit deeper into this and trying to contribute with the auto attacks, but the wave clear that we have on the other side through Hanzo is still incredibly solid, and the choke point gets controlled by Malfurion again. We have 17 stacks against 13. In comes Hanzo once more. Arrow after arrow is being fired here. And they're trying to push them back, but Zavas is controlling the space quite nicely with Sergeant Hammer and also keeps Barnaby at bay, who can't go too deep. Jet propulsion misses though, that's a problem. Arrow and the APOC again, connecting with 2. Kelvin in trouble, despite the fact that we're already seeing nano boost on her, but the kill against Malthael first, and they're dropping Hanzo as well. Nicely done. Everybody was low, but Wit with a perfect sanctification again. Didn't get baited earlier, and now the Arcane Punisher is pushing for them. Very, very well done here. They get Hanzo, they get Malthael, and they get the Punisher, and now they're pushing in. It was a fantastic, fantastic sanctification. Jaina had no chance of doing anything there. She was so pressured, and then Wit comes through with the shield, with the sanctification, just, you go, baby girl. You come in and you drop the damage right now, I'm gonna keep you alive. And that's exactly what she did. Goes in, they're dropping them, and now we're having them drop the first fort of this game. They are ahead all of a sudden. They are taking level 13. They have the lead in kills, and they have the structural advantage now too. So with this, they're starting to go for the maps. Wit again, far out, making sure that he is just anchoring for the team, keeping the vision. Sees what exactly is happening here. Gets the vision in, pokes his head out a little bit. Blaze obviously has moved to the top lane and taken the position once more. With that, we're also having level 13 talents now on both sides. That would have been a useful talent for Malthael to have in the last fight. Inevitable end, always great. No 13s taken yet, by the way, for 2 of those on the left side here. At the same time, though, camps are being fought over again. And talking camps, there is definitely the push to the middle that has to be considered right now. Malthael can't really go too deep and try and de-push that in the middle of the map. If he does that, he's going to get jumped on. But having still the attempt at the bottom to equalize experience again from the perspective of Team Russia. Damage output. Let's have a quick look at that. Hammer currently sitting at 19,000. We're still seeing 21k for Jaina. And obviously at the same time it's Hanzo that is leading the charts here with the 24,000 damage. The top of the map, the loop is moving out as Shamzik rotates in. Didn't have vision on the entire team there either, so needed to be a bit careful. Talking about careful, someone that has to be careful too is Barnaby on Tracer. Tracer currently has 14,000 damage. Nothing quite to write home about, but at the same time at least enough to keep them at bay. Tracer is always that hero that if she can make it into the backline just once, you know that you are in trouble. Big arrow, big apocalypse, but is it going to be the kill against Ana? Oh, not quite. It's close though. That could have actually done the trick there if it had hit a little bit earlier before the grenade. But that was, again, a big commitment here. They said, okay, guys, let's throw the ults out right now. And this is the idea behind that particular move was, if we throw the heroic abilities out right now and try and go for a kill, that would be a huge win because we can push the structures down. If it doesn't work out, we are still going to get the heroics back in time for the next objective. So that's one of the reasons why they made such a risky play there. And they connected with Ana in the backline, and they still decided to make the play for it. But now they're going for Jaina. And Kelvin is alone, and Kelvin is dead. Kelvin is dead, and that's a great timing for them. So they still get the kill here against him. That was nicely done. Having still some pressure here from the rest of the map. But yeah, as you can tell, ult on the Diablo, 30 seconds, as I said before. They throw the ults out because they say even if it doesn't work, it will be ready in time for the next shrine. That was the thought process behind it. That was the reason why they made such a risky play. Oftentimes when you see such a play made, a lot of people look at it and are saying like, oh my god, what did they do now? They just burned 3 of their biggest cooldowns for nothing. But then if you just think about objective timings, if you time it right, you will still have the combos ready for the big fight, and that's great. So yeah, as you see here, Shrine is activating in 4. Diablo's Apocalypse is going to be back. So it was definitely worth the try, even though in that case it didn't quite work out. But they got the kill against Jaina shortly after. 16 already on both sides, which gives us obviously also the a giant killer. And Diablo doesn't like that. Yeah, Diablo is not a fan of the giant killer here. The numbing blast comes in too for a bit more control around that. And we have the approach again up to the top. Try and make the play there. There's Servus. Already looking for Stork. Burning the camps down here. 18 stacks have already been claimed on the side of the red team. That's a big advantage. Big advantage for sure. And here comes the commitment towards the back line. Yep, there comes the inevitable end. But Shamsik is in trouble and Malthael is down again. Malthael is dead and that was a quick kill. And Go Next, they definitely moved from being by far the weakest team in Division S to one team that you can under no circumstances count out. But then again, they're still making mistakes every now and then. And Blaze is down. And we're still having the fight. APOC doesn't really hit anything because the arrow doesn't connect. But they still go in. And here comes the Sanctification. With, again, keeping the team in play here. Keeping the team on the shrine. Keeping the team in the race for the Punisher. And they're about to win it. They're about to take it. They're close. They're very close. Wit himself tries to take it there. He gets the Frozen Punisher. And can he keep them alive? No. Hammer falls. And so does Tyrael. But they at least get the Punisher out of this one. Jaina goes down too. Big problem. Again, Farlander with a place. Farlander with a big place. Getting 2 kills in. And that was an important one right there. It's a close match. 4th map here, and Russia is in the lead. They want to close this out. They don't want to go to map number 5 right now. But Go Next, they have different plans here, and they have a lot of good approaches to this. If Blaze doesn't fall in that encounter, it's a completely different setup. They got the early kill. They had the 5 versus 4. But you have a lot of aggressive heroes on the side of Team Russia, and as we know, Team Russia, if they are down a talent, they are down a hero, they couldn't care less. 0 fucks given. That's usually what their strategy is. They don't care. They see an opening, they take it. They jump in and they're going to rip your throat out. They're going to take this. You are complacent for just a moment and Team Russia is going to be there and going to punish you. That has been their MO for months now. For months. They fought back in fights where they had absolutely no business fighting and they won them. They won comebacks where everybody would have bet money against them taking the game and they still pulled it out over the time and took it. Shamsik, on the other hand, he's struggling in this game. He's definitely struggling here. That was... How many kills is that now against Malthael? Malthael has just fallen for the 3rd time. It honestly feels like more. But yeah, he is getting punished on those off lanes a lot right now. Well, with that said, that also leads to Go Next having another shot at those camps. Experience on both teams is pretty much identical at this point. Structural position on the map, very similar. And it's all about, very likely, the next... Actually, it's not quite not only about the next Punisher, but the next Punisher is going to be a big part of this. They're trying to make the play here. They're going in deep. They're diving the fort. They're going to get that one too. Wit is being used as an escape tool by Stork. And Tracer's now rotating in. This is Hammer, but the structure is still down. The fort is down. Fort is down, and it's still even an experience. They're going to both hit level 20 around the same time. Wit is just a nuisance. Jumps in, jumps out entire time here. I'm even going to forgive him for taking the wrong tint on the skin. I mean, don't get me wrong, the wings on this one are pretty nice, but still, you want to go for red, my friend. You want to go for red. Sleeping Diablo, sleeping on the job against Dog. But now, level 20, so close for both of them. And again, Hansel's arrow, that's the big one. That's the one you have to watch on the minimap. And it's really tricky. Like, they have to make sure that Hansel doesn't connect that because the Apocalypse follow-up is always there. And this time it's them diving the fort. Now they're diving in deep and see if they can maybe get a little bit more done and grab a kill somewhere. At least take the structures down a notch. That's what they're attempting to do here. And they're going in forward again, at least to an extent, but obviously he's jumping out once more. Fortified bunker is in. We're also seeing the ultra capacitors taken. Winter Mute is in play, the Holy Arena. And on the other side, Hellgate for Dibbles. Bullseye. No one can stop death. And, well, talking about no one can stop death, Wit, he needs to be careful. Alright, he doesn't die yet. No. Bot lane fort, about to go down. Not quite. Close, but it's in. Alright, there we have it. Now we go straight in for the fight again with with the mobility of Tyrael, putting it to good use. Shamzik is low, and Shamzik is down again. Malthael falls once more. Hanzo's arrow connects, but Diablo doesn't throw the Apocalypse. He was still stunned. Nice dodge on the damage. Nicely done as Tracer is looking for the counter kill. The Sanctification comes through. Here comes again Diablo as he moves in. Malthael is back to business. He wants the last rites. Does he get the last rites? That's the question. Actually healed up again. Him throwing it out doesn't even give them the kill. And it's still a big fight for this one. Still a big battle here. Fight is still not over by no means whatsoever. There's the kill against Hammer, and Malfurion survives. That's also the second stack now. Apocalypse gets used again, zones them out, not more than that. Barnaby trying to get for the kill, misses the connect with the bomb on the other hand. 2 stacks on Malthael's ult now. They're going for the stuns into the corner again, and Kelvin nearly taken out. Farlander with a bullseye. Farlander with a bullseye, and they go for the Punisher. Top 4 about to fall, should be taken out in just a second, but they get the Punisher regardless. Malthael might have fallen at the beginning of the fight again, but it doesn't matter. They get the Arcane Punisher, and they're pushing through the middle right now. Nicely done here. Pushing through the middle, making the plays. Top 4 even kept in the game. And that's important. Same importance as the bottom 4. You still have those catapults not spawn on the opponent's side. Nicely done there. It was actually a really good interrupt against the combo. Hanzo's arrow connected, but the problem was that Diablo couldn't use his Apocalypse because he himself was stunned. And then Stark, using the APOC a little bit later, was of course looking for a combo too, but couldn't find it. But even just zoning out the opponent from the shrine was absolutely worth it there. Barnabia is low. They can't quite get the kill. Can they get the kill against Taluf? That's the question. Fortified Bunker is already out. That means that now you can throw out that last rites again if you have it. Fort is going to fall. Are they going to look for more? It's the Russians. They're always looking for more, but this time they're actually just saying, alright guys, let's just keep it at that. They're going to go for the bottom fort though. That should, I mean, this is an easy one. You poke once and that thing is down. There we have it. Russia getting in the lead. Small one at that though. Small lead, but they have it. The small lead in there. Again for the camp. Here comes the arrow. This time actually not getting a lot of value here. They're looking for the fight. They're going in again. Are we going to see the APOC? They don't even need it. Taluf is going to fall. The APOC comes out regardless. The Sanctification is in. And Diablo is dead as well. But he had the souls. Zervas is low. But Tracer falls first. The Nano Booster Jaina again with a mad value. They're trying to go in. And Malfurion dies. For a second I thought he ice blocked. And I was just like, wait a second. They brought that back? And I'm like, oh no, Numbing Blast. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Look, slightly different too. Yeah, and there's the kill against Hammer, but are they going to get Malthael? Dumb question, of course they're going to get Malthael. Shamzik is getting farmed this game. He's having a tough one. It happens, but yeah, he's having a tough game for sure. 3 against 2 on the map, which pretty much means they can't do anything. There's not enough heroes left. There's not enough damage to really go for another kill. If they can't get a staggered death here, they might be. No, that's the Hellgate still. Okay. Get the Hellgate. Stark moves away, but we're going to have that 5 versus 5 for the next shrine. I mean, just look at the core here. The core is actually going to take damage. It's not going to be a lot, but the core... one catapult is actually not on the core, so the core might just make it without getting damaged at all. Yep. One more hit. Come on, give me that 99. Yeah, there we have it. 99% on the core. And still camps taken all over the map. They're just everywhere right now. Okay, so up to the top. What do we have right there? Camps taken 94, 96% on the core. And the next shrine is topside. We're 21 minutes in, 22. It's gonna hurt, guys. It's gonna hurt. 5 deaths on Malthael. 5. It's just about camps. I mean, there's very little keep pressure right now. There's only the keep in the mid lane that has been destroyed, and that's usually one that's close enough so that you can push it out as you're fighting for the top shrine. But still, this game is worthy of a potential last one in this series. Great series again there. I mean, this is the shrine activating, and they're already pressuring bot lane. The Russians, obviously. The Russians with the Russian players. They're saying like, boys, we want you down here. And they're already setting up a little bit of a trap against Wit. That's not going to work out anytime soon. They push this out aggressively, so they open that up even more. But now they have to rotate. And the top fort is going to fall. Camp is already there. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really matter too much in the long run any longer. This one is down. Can you get something down here, though? Stork is looking for the wall stun. Oh, the bullseye. The wall stun, the second stun in the fortified bunker. Tracer is about to fall. Tracer is about to die. Vanavir goes down. He throws out everything he has, but Tracer is dead. Can they get the kill? Nope. Toulouse is still alive. And that's a massive issue now for the Russians. All of a sudden, they're in trouble. Arrow gets thrown out to try and play defensive. Malthael falls again. The 6th death on him. He can buy back, and he immediately did. But they're trying to make the play for Stark now as well. Good wall stun. Really anticipating it. Playing well around it. Kolya Martian has to move back from this one. Anna, she's trying to get some value. Stark! And he gets... No! Wit goes in with Jaina, and they drop him. And they go for Malthael again. Shamsik gets the heal. They're trying to follow it up with a stun. They're trying to follow it up with a slow, but they can't get it. They're going for the keep, though. They're going for the keep, and then they're going to go and try to get the Punisher to end the game. They are going for game 5. Go Next is doing everything they can to make sure that they are ending up in game 5 against Team Russia. And right now, their chances are better than ever. They are better than ever at this point. They go for the top. They have eliminated the keep at the top lane. They can go for the Frozen Punisher. And this is just looking fantastic right now. Frozen Punisher top lane is going to deliver the damage. And at the same time, we're now having them push out the mid lane. They are threatening core. They're going to try and threaten the back door. They're trying to force the hand of Go Next to force them back somehow, obliterating the waves, so simply moving in 10 seconds until Diablo is back. And at the top, you already have the channels. They're already starting to channel back here. They're keeping Kelvin for a little bit longer. Wit is cancelling it. Wit is starting, is cancelling, is starting, is cancelling. They're just waiting until someone shows at the core itself. And up to that point, they're just going to cancel. But it's a 4 versus 4 for a few seconds. They know that Blaze isn't there. They're trying to get the kill. And there's the big arrow, the big apocalypse. As, oh my god, Diablo is back. Can they actually do it? Can the Russians actually pull it off again? The sanctification. And Malthael is dead again. 7 deaths on him now. 5 versus 4, but everybody poked low. Everybody poked low. Diablo, no souls. No souls for him. Ult already used on Malfurion. They need the kill and they need it now. Do they get it? Oh, yeah. They do. They do. They get 1 kill. Okay. Oh, Falenda, Anna. And he doesn't get the kill. What? No, what? He didn't get the kill against Anna, but they get the kill against Hammer. They get the kill against Anna and the Punisher. No fucking way. Trade value. Trade value, baby. There we go. Punisher is taken. Punisher is taken. Full 5-man wipe, but they have 4 on the map and they're going for the core. So does the Punisher, but I can't believe it. There's double catapult, guys. How on God's green earth did Russia do it again? They're going for the core. They're ending the game here and Go Next. They lose the 4th map and they lose the series against an insane Team Russia. GG and well played. The Russians with the victory in the best of 5 in Division S.